Good morning. Settle in for another fabulous episode of Wednesday Wanderings. It's July 30th, and I have one of our fantastic tour hosts with me, Nancy.
Hi.
She's going to help me out today with a few of the tours that we're going to be talking about. So, we're going to do a little bit of a recap on some of the stuff we have coming up. Um, so, if you've been sitting on the fence and trying to decide if you want to sign up for the Iowa State Fair. Good thing about the Iowa State Fair is when you travel with us, we get you up there right as the gates open. You don't have to worry about driving. And then you get to spend all day at the fair, and then we bring you home. So it's a nice one. We still have, I want to say, about 12 seats left. So if you're been thinking about it, you have until next Tuesday, to give us a call and get registered for that one.
Such a fun day. I hadn't been for many, many years after being, as a child, going up a handful of times, and then didn't go for many years. And then after started with Trailways, had the good fortune to host a trip there, and it brought back so many wonderful memories, and it was so cool. You'll have the 4-H exhibits, which in and of themselves are fantastic. You just cannot believe what some of these kids come up with. And you take the little, it's not a trolley, the little sky lift over the fairgrounds, and it's fun to see that. And then they have so many, I don't know if I want to say exhibits, but little things that you can stop at. They had the chainsaw carving. Have you ever seen that happen?
I have seen that happen
It is so cool that they can start with this big chunk of wood or a trunk of a tree, and they come up with the coolest artist renditions of an eagle or a bear cub or something. And it's just so fun to watch that from beginning to end. I spent an hour and a half there just amazed at what they could do. And then there's, of course, the food.
I know you can get pretty much anything fried on a stick there.
That's right. So it's a really fun day. And then when you're super tired, you just sit on the coach and you go to sleep on the way home. It's great. It's a great day.
It's a perfect day. So the next one I want to talk about, and this one we still have, we're a little over half full on. It's it's one of our Circa 21s. It's Come From Away. It's on September 17th. You have until about the middle of August to register for it. So Nancy here has seen Come From Away, so she's going to talk about it.
I have seen many plays, many musicals, and this is really like almost at the very top of my list. I absolutely love this play. It's not so much about 9/11. It's what happens after 9/11 when all of the planes are grounded in Newfoundland. I think it was a little town called Gander. And if I remember correctly, the town is only maybe 11,000 people, but they end up having between 7,000 and 8,000 passengers on jets that are forced to land there because they're not allowing them to land in the United States. It is so amazing to see how some out of tragedy can come this wonderful part of humanity. Doesn't start out that way. These people that land there are agitated, they're mad, they want to get home. At first, they don't even know what happens, why they've been grounded there. And then when they find out, then things start to change. Like that could have been one of us. But then it focuses on the townspeople. Here you have a town that it's almost been doubled in amount, and there's not enough hotels, there's not enough restaurants, there's not enough places for them to sleep or eat or do any of that. And these townspeople in, I'm pretty sure it's Gander, Newfoundland, come together, and they are so giving. They open up their homes, they open up their schools, their churches, and they bring, some of these people just bring out of their own pantries of their home to start feeding these people. And it's so cool to see how the passengers start out as being agitated that this has happened, inconvenienced, to the fact that that turns their thought process around, and then the townspeople who become exasperated with what has been dumped on them, literally. They were not expecting this, not prepared for this, and how everyone just comes together and they make a really bad situation from the tragedy of what happened to a kind of a heartwarming story. And if you have not attended this play or musical, it's a musical too, but there's so much meaning to it. It's so cool, and it just shows you how things changed, how they went from the negative to a positive. People formed relationships. People became together. The passengers start helping the townspeople to, they came together to say, oh, you know, you're doing all this for us. Let's all work together. And it was really, really, truly one of the most favorite plays I've ever seen. And if you are on the fence about this, don't be. Really, sign up, because you will be so glad that you saw this play. It's great.
Yeah, I know I want to see it.
Yes.
So maybe I'll have to
sign up
and take a trip. All right. So the next one I wanted to talk about with Nancy here is our Drums of Liberty, which is Revolutionary Virginia, celebrating the 250th of the U.S., and the International Tattoo. And I know Nancy here has gone to the International Tattoo and always raves about it. Yeah. So I thought it'd be a good thing to have her come on and talk about it.
Another thing that was just like one of my almost favorite trips, and I've done so many, and there were so many highlights to so many of them, but this was unexpected. You don't hear a whole lot about this out here in the Midwest, but on the East Coast, this was a thing. They know what it is. They flock to it. It's when it says Drums of Liberty, you get a number of all the branches of the military are involved. And then you get other countries that come and they perform their drum performances, or there were dances last year. I went last year with my son is in the military on the East Coast, and he said, Mom, you have to see this. And so we got tickets and we went, and it was just so cool. It was patriotic. It was entertaining. You have countries from around the world that perform, and they bring their bands or dancers or drummers and some drill teams. Like you'll see I forget which branch of the military, so I'm not going to say, but they, did their super, super detailed, spinning of the rifles. They're wooden, I think. I'm not sure they're real, but yeah. but it could be. And the preciseness, and then they play patriotic music, and you just have a really warm and fuzzy feeling after attending this. It is just a neat performance, a neat night, and you just come away with this really good feeling. And it really also was one of my favorite trips that I have. I didn't do it with Trailways because I was there last year, but that I was on one of my favorite events, I guess, that I have ever attended. And people don't understand when you call it the Tattoo Festival. It has nothing to do with tattoos. It has everything to do with music and patriotism, and I think there's the name tattoo has some other meaning to it. But anyway, it was a really, really, really good experience, and here again, something we haven't heard a lot about. So you might want to try and either Google it, or just from my comments, I hope it's something that you might consider. It's really wonderful.
A bunch of videos on YouTube that if you type in the International Tattoo, that you will find that information. And that's April 15th through the 25th of 2026. Other stops on there besides the International Tattoo are going to be the Tuckahoe Plantation, the Virginia State Capitol. You get to do a tour of Colonial Williamsburg, which is on my bucket list.
It's wonderful.
Is it?
I've been there probably 5 times, and I love it. It's also very historical, patriotic. And they show movie for a lot of, at least from my perspective, I like to see a movie sometimes related to the museum or the place that we're going to because it gives so much background. And they do have that also at Williamsburg. And then you go to the different buildings and you have this already in the back of your mind. Oh, yeah, I remember in the movie it talked about this place or this place, and it just really takes you back a couple hundred years, and or more, and 250 to be exact. And it's also a really, really, really cool spot.
And then also on here, you're going to be going to Virginia Beach, Jamestown Settlement, and the American Revolution Museum, and you get a tour Monticello, which is Thomas Jefferson's estate. And this one is already half full, so it's not even 2026 yet, and it's already up there. So definitely don't wait on this one. So the next thing I want to talk about, we have a couple new tours we would like to announce. So the first one is our Fall Mystery Tour. It's going to be October 22nd through the 25th. And then our Holiday Mystery Tour, which is November 10th through the 11th. Both of those will be available starting on next Monday. So watch the website for those, and then or call and we can get you signed up. I know we already have a couple people on a list that want to be signed up as soon as I have it entered. So definitely don't wait on those. Those are some of our most popular tours. Another one I want to just kind of touch on and announce is our Boston Tall Ships. It's July 9th through the 17th of next year. And that's going to be going out to Boston. We're going to do a stop at Niagara Falls on the way, do Maid of the Mist, and when you get to Boston, you'll get to do a Boston Harbor cruise. Cool. And they'll talk about all the tall ships, and then you'll get some free time to kind of go and take a look at them up close. You'll get to do Quincy Market. We're going to have a step-on guide. It's going to take us through the Freedom Trail with stops at Old North Church and the Paul Revere House. We'll get a guided tour of Cambridge and Harvard University. Wow. Which that would be really cool. Nice to see. You get to do the Boston Tea Party ships in the museum and, possibly toss some tea into the harbor. Then there's also going to be one of the whale watch cruises with the New England Aquarium. And what's really good about them is they have some of their marine biologists on the cruise with you that would be available to ask you about any question, tell you about any of the wildlife that you see and what's native to the area. Awesome. And then there's no stop to Boston for tall ships is complete without a visit to the USS Constitution, which you'll get to see, you'll get to tour, and that one again will also have people stationed all over to answer any questions about the Constitution. It was in part of one of the ships involved in the Revolution, so definitely something to see.
It's very, very interesting also. And you're right, they have people stationed throughout the ship. That you have any questions, they know the answers.
And I believe all the people stationed are active duty Navy.
I believe so, yes.
So it's really good to see. So that is July 9th through the 17th next year, and that is available to book now. So definitely give us a call on that one.
Sounds awesome.
We have many more tours that are in the works and getting ready to be announced. So definitely tune in next time, because we may have a few more to announce for next year.
Yay!
So I hope everyone stays cool today. I know it's already been a hot one leading up to through this week, so definitely stay cool, and we will see you next time.
Sounds good. Bye.